This is our last game on NBC, and I would like to thank our entire family at NBC, all the people behind the scenes. It's been an honor to be a part of this team for the last 15 and a half years. I thank them all.
A huge thank you to all who have been a part of it. Hall of Famer Doc Emmerick, the best analyst in the business. Winter Classics, every playoff game televised. The introduction of the inside the glass position thanks to our great leaders Sam Flood and Pierre. Our tremendous production crew led by Matt Marvin, Charlie Dowmeyer, Steve Greenberg, Jenny Glazer, and so many others. Coordinating producer John McGinnis, Ben Bowman by our side here in the broadcast booth. And of course, the viewers across North America. It has been an honor. Post-game coverage will continue, including celebrations, interviews, and more on NHL Overtime, which begins shortly on NBC-SN. Andrei Vasilevsky and the Tampa Bay Lightning have won their second straight Stanley Cup. For Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, and our entire crew, I'm Kenny Albert. So long from Tampa.
NBC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Hockey League.
A third Stanley Cup banner will be added. Yes, the Tampa Bay Lightning are the 2020-21 Stanley Cup champions. They defeat the Montreal Canadiens in 5.
We go back to round one, Kenny, for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, that series against the Florida Panthers, their arch rival, was as hard, was as nasty, and at times as dirty and as entertaining as a series we've seen in a long, long time. And they were able to beat the Florida Panthers. And they got some traction and confidence, and said it earlier, they're able to win any type of game you want. And you want to score, play a shootout? We can do that. You want to play 1-0 games? We can do that. But I said it as well, when you look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, and if you don't have skill and you don't have the guy in goal, you're not going to win. But when you look at Vasilevsky, you look at Hedman, you look at Point, and you look at Kucherov, if you took a poll of 50 hockey people and you said, give me your top 25 players in the entire National Hockey League, I'd be hard-pressed that the majority would not have those four guys on there. And then you surround them with the glue guys, the core guys, the McDonoughs, the Colemans, the Goudreaus. Just an amazing team. And look, they've got some salary cap issues. But you know what? The core guys I just talked about, they're going to be back. And they're going to be a tough out next year. And let's just hope it's back to a normal hockey world, Kenny, that we're accustomed to.
Certainly hope so. John Cooper said it throughout these playoffs. We are no longer the high-flying Lightning of 4 or 5 years ago. We can win a hockey game in many different ways.
I got to say, this was your first Stanley Cup final, and it was a pleasure being with you, Kenny, the whole duration. I know you did a game one a couple of years ago, filling in for the great Doc Emmerick. I know Doc is watching right now, so a shout-out to the greatest of all time. And to be with Bush the last couple of years has been an unbelievable pleasure. And, you know, it's tough. This is our kind of our swan song here on NBC and NBCSN, and it's just been unbelievable, the relationships and the friendships that we've had with not only our on-air talent, but our team behind the scenes that put us on the air each and every night. And a tip of the hockey helmet to all of them. And the friendships and relationships will continue. And, it's just been a pleasure sitting here with you and Bush here during the Stanley Cup final and all through these playoffs. So, well, hell of a job, partner, and we'll see you down the road. And
yes, we will.
Looking forward to being with you on our next chapter.
And good luck to Bush as well. It was an absolute honor and thrill to work with you and Bush and Pierre and Catherine, the entire production crew. Look forward to seeing you in October.
If I can, putting all the hockey aside, to have worked at NBC for the last 15 and a half years, lots of great things, but the strength and the support that they gave me when I was in my fight with stage 3 colon cancer a couple of years ago will probably be the one memory that I always will remember from my teammates back in Stamford and my teammates here on site and our captain, Sam Flood. It helped me get through, and that's something that I'll always cherish, and I thank them all very much for that.
Absolutely. Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Eddie, again, it's been an honor.
Thanks,
as we said it, back to Stanford.
Do we get to talk to them, or are they just going to get rid of us?
I don't think we're done.
All right.
No, you get to talk to us.
Momentarily, we'll be back. Here's Liam.
You do get to talk to us. I feel like you're setting it over here, and it's already emotional because I think we echo everything that you just said, Edzo. We love you guys. It's been an incredible run. And it's been a joy, really, just to be a part of it for this entire time. And to the guy who's been my teammate the longest and the best teammate I've had is Keith Jones, who basically, patient and, it's been an absolute blast.
It has been, and I don't know, Edzo mentioned all the people behind the scenes. They must be different than the ones we have here, because I've been ripping on these guys all night here, Edzo, and it's not going to stop. But we love everybody around here, all the camera guys who continually miss shots and show Sharpie more than me. It's amazing.
Jonesy promised to learn all
that.
their names by the end of the night.
Hey, there is a reason for that, because we know the sharpshooter is the sexiest man on NBC. We do know that, right? We saw the memo. That is fact, right, Sharpie?
I don't know, Edzo. You're wearing that suit tonight. That's number one on your list of things to do for the Stanley Cup Final. Looking good in there. Well, I would also just like to say, while I have the mic here and we're kind of signing off, that it's not always easy when you retire as being a player. And it was really fun being a part of this NBC team for the last 3 years. It was a great time, guys. I learned a lot.
And I'm actually bummed out, too, just like what Edzo was saying. It's funny because my kids would always say to me, Daddy, are you going to work? I'm like, work? What do you mean work? And I forget I'm getting paid to do this, because we come in here, we laugh, we joke, we have a good time talking hockey, but it is also a job, too. So I want to say the same thing Edzo said. I want to say thanks to everyone in the control room also. We've got a great staff here that makes myself look good, along with Sharpie and Liam and Jonesy. So thanks to everyone in the control room as well.
Well, we're going to be saying our goodbyes.
Hey, Liam. Hey, Liam, if I could really quick, there's one lady that I want to acknowledge that has pretty much been with us from day one, and she hasn't been because of the COVID protocol or whatever, but Leanne Marks has been the on-air talent keeper for NBC, for our hockey coverage for the last 15 years, and you're not going to find a better lady that is taking care of us on the scene. Everybody there in the studios work with Leanne, and hopefully Leanne is watching, and we love you, Leanne, and thank you for your unbelievable support. We will continue to talk and share stories, but just wanted to make sure that Leanne was acknowledged, because a lot of behind the scenes, she's one lady that did one hell of a job of taking care, I know, of myself and Doc on a daily basis over the last handful of years. So Leanne, we love you, and thank you for everything that you did for us.
100%. Leanne's the absolute best. I'm very glad you mentioned that. We're still going to say our goodbyes, but we'll say goodbye to you guys right now, and good luck to you guys going forward. I'll definitely keep in touch.
Everybody.
Jonesy has told us that he'll call us. We shouldn't call him.
I told these guys to lose my number.
He did
Everybody
say that.
in here.
Yeah. Guys, brilliant job.
Done.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Liam.
All right. We will say our goodbyes coming up in a little bit. But for now, let's look back, because I go back to 2015 when your Blackhawks beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we were chatting right after. I think the idea was, all right, you guys got that title. It was the third, and now it's the Lightning's turn. All right, we're here in the studio. Catherine Tappan, she is down in Tampa. We'll bring her in. KT, you were here in the studio last year. Very different situation. Obviously, team wins it in the bubble. Not much atmosphere at all. How great was it to be in an arena packed with fans to see a moment like that?
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable, Liam, and quite surreal. I mean, first of all, I've missed all of you guys. You should be here standing with me and talking about this here. The atmosphere was great. The fans, the family members, all the players were able to look up and acknowledge their wives, their girlfriends, their moms, everybody that's here in attendance, and this fan base. I mean, they're still here in the building making their way out, and we're almost an hour after that final horn sounded. So it's been amazing to be a part of it and to be around these fans and just to enjoy it. It's kind of nice that they won it here. I know Steven Stamkos talked about wanting to close it out with Pierre in Game 4, but he said it's actually better we did it here with our fan base. The town's been fun the last couple days. It's been a bit weird because of the hurricane coming in, but I know these streets are going to be packed in the next couple days as they continue to celebrate this championship with their fans.
Well, Jones will be celebrating back here in Stanford. Because that's his town.
For a few minutes,
yes.
Anyway, for a few more minutes, and then we're out of here.
Right.
So we're looking to the future quickly here.
But Catherine, I have to say, I mean, people always ask me about the people I work with, and they always ask me about you. And the first thing I always tell them that is, if I'm here at the studio, it means Catherine is not. So we're always like missing each other. Exactly. But I'd say, from my perspective, obviously when I'm not here, I'm watching. We're friends. I'm a fan, and I always thought you did a fantastic job, and I'm gonna miss it. I'll miss working with you.
Thank you.
Quite a bit.
Likewise,
so,
Liam,
yeah.
and to all you guys, this is why I didn't want to do this. I'm terrible at goodbyes. And you guys, I don't know, I need Jonesy to crack a joke, but it's been an unbelievable ride. 8 years for me. Certainly bittersweet here in the end. As I mentioned, I miss you guys. I'm going to miss everybody behind the scenes. Just a special shout out to Mark Bellotti and Kelly Atkinson, who have driven this ship and at times brought us back on the rails when we went off, which was many times. Thank you to you guys, to our research team behind the scenes who just make us better every single night. To all of you guys, I mean, Jonesy, Sharpie, Ace, it's just, you've made me better at my job, and I'm going to miss you guys. It's not goodbye forever. We're still all going to be friends. But also I want to say a special shout out. 8 years ago, I know that Mike Milbury had a big influence on convincing people that I could do hockey. He had worked with me at Nesson, and I know he's not with us anymore, but he was a big reason why I came to NBC, and NBC has opened up so many doors to me. So I will always have a special spot for Mike, and we're thinking of him and certainly miss him as well. So it's been a fun ride, guys. It's hard to see it go away, but I think all of us have been better for it, and this is one of the best teams I've ever played on. So thank you, guys.
If I could reach through and hand you a tissue, I would. We've used all of them here, but that's just because Jonesy spilled coffee everywhere before, and we had to clean the whole place up.
Milbury is kind of still with us.
Yes.
He hasn't left the world yet.
For anyone who's wondering, we're not breaking news about that. Milbury's still with us, but...
I must say, KT, we miss your singing here in the studio. We're usually part of their group for pregame shows.
Yes,
during
my
finals,
inaccurate lyrics, you mean?
Yeah, we missed the KT mix.
That's right. I'll send you some voice notes, Ace. I'll make up for it for you.
Sounds good.
All right, KT. All right, go out, enjoy this, and
we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Yep, love you guys. Take care.
Jeez, this is rough, isn't it? It's getting all emotional.
Didn't know what you were signing up for. Are you going to be okay?
I'll be all right.
Is this more emotional than the third Stanley Cup for you in 2015?
It feels that way a little bit. Everyone's getting all fired up. Let's talk some hockey.
All right, we should. We will in just a second. I'm being told by Mark Bellotti, who we will thank, I promise, later on in the show.
Sure that wasn't Jonesy? Because Jonesy normally...
The actual executive producer is Keith Jones. You won't see it on the credits.
If it was really me, he wouldn't be here right now.
That's a good point.
He would have been off 5 minutes ago.
You want to count us off right now? 3, 2. All right, thank you.
John Cooper.
It's a deep team, a talented team, and they are back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. We'll be back to wrap things up with a special send-off in the NHL on NBC from the one and only Doc Emmerick. It is an excellent tribute. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
You've been watching NHL Overtime, presented by the new all-electric Volkswagen ID4 SUV.
Welcome back. It's the final segment of our final show here on the NHL on NBC and NBCSN. A few people I definitely want to thank, and that starts with Mark Bellotti and Kelly Atkinson, our producer and director during these many years, who have guided us through this entire journey. It has been a joy. It has been an absolute thrill and a pleasure. And obviously everyone that I've worked with here and everyone that we've worked with behind the scenes. It is a great staff. I do a lot of different sports here. People ask me what I like the most, and I say it is this because it is the people I get to work with, and that includes all of you.
Yeah, I would echo that about everybody behind the scenes. I would also go back to the start at OLN with Bill Clement hosting.
Yep.
A great mentor and a great guy to learn from. Brian Engblom sitting there with me. Just won another cup with Tampa.
Yeah.
That's great for him. The Elias guys, Randy Robles, John LaBombarda, missed those guys as well. Had some great times and missed Dave Strader a lot, who is no longer with
100%.
us. Also missed my good buddy Mike Milbury as well. So catching up with some of those guys. Unfortunately, Dave was lost, and that's a big loss for everybody. He was an awesome human being.
Dave was. Well said, indeed. Guys, it has been a pleasure. It's been a joy. And now to send us off in the best way possible, here's Doc Emmerick.
It was 2005, the dawn of a new era in the National Hockey League. New lines and smaller equipment for goalies. Now legalized what became known as the stretch pass. And no more tie games. Shootouts were added. Every game would have a winner.
Oh, Malik went between his legs, and the Rangers win it in a shootout.
Also new that year, a Washington winger named Alexander, who scored more goals than anyone, some in fantastic ways.
Alexander Ovechkin, welcome on board.
And a Pittsburgh center named Sid, who registered more points than anyone, some at dramatic times.
Here's Crosby on a breakaway. The game on his stick. Score!
And there was another new element that season, us. And we arrived with some ideas. Rather than a traditional intermission studio, right outside our offices, we had our own historic rink.
By the way, it's a beautiful day for hockey, isn't it?
Perfect.
The NHL and NBC is going to continue after this.
And at the arenas, in addition to the usual booth, we made one request.
We're in the minor as long as it means.
Just a small bit of shoulder-width real estate between the benches we'd call inside the glass.
Peter Sikora just tapped the glass and said, I'm going to score.
From there, we'd be able to provide information never shared firsthand before.
Said he would get the winner, and he did.
And we made another request. Coaches' interviews during the game.
What's your message to the team the rest of the way in terms of pushing our work?
Simple, work hard. It's not like game over.
Oh, there were hazards down there.
My goodness, Pierre.
And occasionally angry people nearby.
Probably less furious at miles now.
Others began sharing our space.
Pierre, you get some company now and then.
And inside the glass became the league standard. In the years that followed, we were thrilled to show many dazzling new players who could bring a crowd to its feet.
Who else but Patrick Kane?
Or those who could quiet one with unforgettable goal-mouth brilliance.
And sent across. Oh, and it didn't go. It was tucked with a wide open net.
The players' impressive skill was matched by their hearts. Whether it was as typical as capital Brett Connolly making sure the puck got where he intended.
Look at her, though. Is that all worth it right there? Oh, my heart's melting now watching this little girl.
Or a little girl in a St. Louis hospital named Layla Anderson, battling a potentially fatal illness, befriended by Blues defenseman Colton Parayko and his teammates. That was a season that saw her get a life-giving bone marrow transplant.
Let's go, Blues!
And her mutually inspired friends winning the Stanley Cup and seeing to it that they would all celebrate together.
This is unreal. Yes. Unreal. You're the best. You are the best.
Last year, we got to show 24 teams of athletes take a pandemic pause of 4.5 months, return from 20 countries,
We plan on staying here a while.
go to 2 bubbles, complete all 33,000 COVID tests to compete for the Stanley Cup, but even during that, take an important 2-day pause for racial injustice.
On behalf of the NHL and the Hockey Diversity Alliance, we vow and promise to stand up for justice and fight for what is right.
And in yet another display of player humanity, in October 2017, just after their city was devastated by a mass shooting that claimed 58 lives, the new Vegas Golden Knights devoted their home opening game to the tragedy and those who were heroic during it. Player Derek Engelland spoke for the Golden Knights.
Like all of you, I'm proud to call Las Vegas home. To all the brave first responders that have worked tirelessly and courageously throughout this whole tragedy, we thank you. To the families and friends of the victims, know that we'll do everything we can to help you and our city heal. We are Vegas strong.
You watch these men in such situations and you forget, not long before, they were just kids on sponsored teams.
Guess what number, just like today?
During Hockey Day in America, we celebrated that. When the Blues were in Minnesota 2 years ago, Pat Maroon and Zach Parise were playing once again in bigger jerseys, but again for hometown teams. And the childhood wonder of playing outdoors. We were thrilled to be in Buffalo on New Year's Day in 2008 for the inaugural Winter Classic, Sabres and Penguins. There was lots of snow, some stops for repair, but a shootout and a memorable finish.
The game on his stick right here. Score! Penguins win!
There were 105,000, still the record at a stadium in Ann Arbor normally used for college football.
Zetterberg gliding out to the 50, to the 40, to the 30.
That game also went to a shootout.
Trying to win it. He scores!
Before the Maple Leafs defeated the Red Wings. And along the way, as many glorious venues as you can name. Wrigley, Fenway, Soldier Field, Notre Dame Stadium, Service Academies, Yankee Stadium. Oh, and even warm weather places like the home of the Dodgers. And their iconic voice was there too.
Tonight, we will present a game of hockey, the game that will set us on our ears.
And staying with the City of Angels at the 2017 All-Star celebration of the league's 100th year. The 100 greatest players in history were named, with 67 of the 74 still living on stage. And then before the game at Staples Center, they shared the ice with the current All-Stars, the greatest hockey talent on one sheet of ice in history. And during that celebration, 5 of the 100 sat at a round table with us. Let's pretend it's 3-on-3, and it's Sid and Jonathan and Duncan Keith. And you 3 guys are 20. And you're the other 3. Defensemen and 2 forwards.
They have no shot. I'm not going to argue with that.
At the 2019 All-Star Weekend Skills, a surprise entry in the fastest skater event. 2018 U.S. Women's Hockey gold medalist Kendall Coyne Schofield. Her performance was the highlight of the weekend.
Kendall Coyne in the home stretch. 14.346.
Later, she became one of several commentators to join veteran NBC hockey director Lisa Seltzer to salute International Women's Day with a telecast from Chicago.
This is the first NBC game broadcast ever produced and called entirely by women.
And though our hockey crew always missed Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve for special telecasts,
Let me find my Jackie.
the one day we did shout-outs
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
was Mother's Day.
I'm gonna be the best hockey player.
And on Mother's Day 2 years ago, the Bruins' Matt Grzelcyk notched his first playoff 2-goal game at home with his mom, Kathleen, watching, and added a shout-out of his own.
Someone I talk to every day. She means the world to me, and I certainly wouldn't be in this position without her.
We never forgot this was to be fun. In 2015, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and the rink where the iconic movie Slapshot was filmed, won the right to host Kraft Hockeyville's preseason game, Penguins and Lightning. Fitting that the film's Hanson brothers were there.
Go out there, play old-time hockey like Eddie Shore, Clapper, and Toe Blade, Gordie Howe, Gordie!
And that many caught the spirit of the thing.
It is so special to be where Jim Carr once worked.
3, roll. 2.
And not to live in the past, but occasionally chuckle about it, our analyst took us on fun journeys through story time.
I fought Joe Sacco, and it was one of the rare times that I actually won a fight. Kid hung in there, but he took a beating from me. And then I'm heading to the penalty box, and there's Craig Berube. And the thumbs up.
When he was a child, little Marc-Andre Fleury dreamed of making a save to win his team the Stanley Cup. Long after, he was 24 years old, and in a final series Game 7 for Pittsburgh at Detroit, and he got his dream chance.
Off the tie-up, it comes back to the point. Rafalski, the shot, knocked down in front, scramble, there's Emmerick, a shot, another shot, fought off by Fleury. The horn sounds and the Penguins have won the Stanley Cup. Back across to Williams, score!
There have been several other cup-clinching moments we were thrilled to see with you.
Handing on to Kane again. Threw one in front. Oh my, it rattled around and they score! We saw no light, we saw no signal, but they are celebrating at the other end of the ice. What chaos! 3-on-2. Clifford gave it across. It's held in a shot. Safe. Rebound.
We hope along with these thrilling moments, you do recall some other times. Just prior to the playoffs in 2013, following the Boston Marathon bombing, at TD Garden, René Rancourt was singing the anthem, and thousands joined in. And in San Jose in 2016, the Penguins had the Stanley Cup, and the first handoff was to injured defenseman Trevor Daley, whose mother, seriously ill with cancer, watched on TV as her son lived out their dream.
I know his mom had told him, she wanted to see him with the cup, and it'd just be nice to, to have her see that.
Or 2 years later in Las Vegas, Victoria's capital T.J. Oshie shared a moment with his father, Tim, who was affected by symptoms of Alzheimer's.
I love you now. I love you. I love you. We did it. So proud. You're not going to forget this one, eh?
And so many others.
Is this a gag? There's the cup.
The Stanley Cup?
Ever seen the Stanley Cup before?
No.
This close?
Affected away from the ice by this beautiful historic trophy.
My God.
That is not only a magnet for touching,
I'm touching the Stanley Cup.
but that produces lifetime memories.
This is just overwhelming.
Handshake lines close off any Stanley Cup year. We have shown you 16 of these, and 16 teams clustered together for one last picture. Teams, exhausted but victorious. Teams. Perhaps in your own life you have been on a team of people for some time and then seen it come to an end. If so, you will understand how it is with us as we close our time with the NHL on NBC. One of God's greatest gifts is that of memory.
We got to have that hip jumping on
One of
him.
mankind's greatest gifts is video. As we have watched this last video with you and now carry away our own memories, we are sad for ourselves, but grateful for your loyalty to this wonderful sport. And also grateful as we say to you for this final time, thank you. Thank you for watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC.